Right now, beneath your feet, North America is moving. Not sideways, like drifting continents. Straight up. Parts of Canada rise a full centimetre every year. Ancient beaches now sit hundreds of feet above the waves. And on the US East Coast, the opposite. The ground is quietly sinking, and some cities flood on perfectly sunny days. The cause isn't an earthquake or a volcano. It's something that vanished 20,000 years ago. A wall of ice, 2 miles thick. The last ice age may be over, but the continent hasn't finished reacting to it. Not even close. Here are 7 ways that vanished ice is still reshaping America. Number 4 means you weigh less in certain places. And number 7 reveals how long this lasts. First, meet the monster, the Laurentide Ice Sheet. At its peak, it buried almost all of Canada and much of the northern United States. It reached as far south as Illinois and New York City. Long Island is basically rubble, the ice bulldozed into place. Over Hudson Bay, the ice piled more than 2 miles high, a frozen wall taller than any mountain in the Rockies. And all that ice was almost unimaginably heavy, pressing down on the continent for tens of thousands of years. Earth's crust isn't rigid. It floats on the hot, slowly flowing mantle like a raft on thick syrup. Under the ice, the land sank, pushed down hundreds of meters, squeezing mantle rock aside like a memory foam mattress under a giant. Then the climate warmed. The Great Melt began, and by about 7,000 years ago, the ice sheet was gone. The weight lifted, and the continent began to rise. Geologists call it glacial isostatic adjustment. Everyone else calls it the rebound. Number 1, the fastest rising land on Earth. Around Hudson Bay, the ground lifts by roughly 1 centimetre every year. That's a full meter every century. And it has repeated century after century for thousands of years. The evidence is visible. Ancient beaches form giant staircases, with the oldest shorelines stranded hundreds of feet above the sea. In Churchill, Manitoba, the land climbs so steadily that the coast keeps creeping outward, and the harbor keeps getting shallower. Along the northern coast, rocks that were underwater are now small islands. Docks built by one generation sit higher for the next. Scandinavia tells the same story. Sweden's high coast has risen 286 meters since the ice left. The world record. Today, GPS stations across Canada track the uplift millimeter by millimeter, watching the continent inflate in slow motion. So a beach on Hudson Bay grows a little every year, but not every region is so lucky. Number 2, the Great Lakes are slowly tipping over like a giant bowl of water lifted gently on one side. The northern shores, closer to the center of the old ice sheet, are rising faster than the southern shores. So the water slowly leans south. Southern shorelines gain water, while northern docks slowly lift out of it. It's too slow to see, but not too slow to measure. Lake gauges have recorded the tilt for over a century. And Rebound has redrawn this map before. As the ice retreated, rising land rerouted rivers and changed where the lakes drained. The wildest example, after the melt, the St. Lawrence Valley sat so low the ocean flooded in, an inland sea where Ottawa and Montreal stand today. Whales swam there. Farmers in Vermont and Ontario have dug up whale skeletons hundreds of kilometers from the sea. The rebound simply lifted it away. The north is rising, the lakes are tilting. But on the Atlantic coast, this story has a darker chapter. Number 3, the East Coast is sinking, and the ice sheet is to blame, even from beyond the grave. When the ice pressed the continent's center down, the edges bulged upward, like a mattress around a person sitting on it. Scientists call it the forebulge. The mid-Atlantic coast sat on that bulge. Now it's deflating. From New York to the Carolinas, the land sinks 1 to 3 millimeters a year. Add global sea level rise on top, and the water climbs roughly twice as fast, nowhere faster than the Chesapeake Bay region. In Norfolk, Virginia, home to the world's largest naval base, streets now flood at high tide. No storm needed. Sunny day, flooding. Annapolis and Charleston have seen flood days multiply since the 1960s. Groundwater pumping adds to it, but the slow, deep sinking is the Ice Age's signature. Even New York City sits on the collapsing bulge. On an island the glacier built, sinking because the glacier left. The ice sheet vanished 20,000 years ago, and it's still redrawing America's flood maps. Number 4, around Hudson Bay, you actually weigh less, because gravity itself is weaker there. For decades, this was a mystery. Instruments kept showing gravity over Hudson Bay measurably lower than in surrounding regions. Part of the answer is the rebound. The crust is still pushed down, and the mantle rock squeezed away hasn't returned. Missing mass, deep below. NASA proved it with twin satellites called GRACE, chasing each other around the planet, measuring tiny changes in each other's speed as gravity tugged them. For you, the effect is tiny, a few grams, about the weight of a nickel. For scientists, it's a window into the deep earth. And it's temporary. As the land rises and the mantle flows home, gravity over Hudson Bay is slowly strengthening. The rebound is reshaping the planet's gravity field itself. And when a continent shifts that much mass, it doesn't always do it quietly. Number 5, earthquakes, thousands of kilometers from any plate boundary. Eastern North America should be calm. It sits in the quiet interior of a tectonic plate, yet it has well-known seismic zones that keep rumbling. Many scientists think the rebound is part of the reason. As the land rises and bends, it strains ancient buried faults. Sometimes one slips. Scandinavia shows how violent that can get. Northern Sweden bears a scar called the Parvi Fault, 150 kilometers long. It formed as the ice retreated, when the freed crust snapped upward in what may have been magnitude 8 earthquakes. When the ice let go, the land didn't just rise. In places, it lurched. Today's rebound quakes here are mostly modest, but the St. Lawrence Valley reminds us the continent is still settling, like an old house creaking at night. And in one corner of the continent, the rebound isn't ancient history. It's running at full speed right now. Number 6, Southeast Alaska, the fastest rising region in North America. Around Glacier Bay and Juneau, the land lifts up to 3 centimeters a year. Why so fast? Alaska's rebound is young. Its glaciers surged during the Little Ice Age, then began melting in the 1800s. They're still melting today. Rebound is fastest right after the weight comes off. Alaska is showing us, in Fast Forward, what Canada went through thousands of years ago. In Juneau, the change is visible within one lifetime. Waterfront has turned into meadow. Channels have grown too shallow for boats. New land keeps emerging, valuable land, which raises a modern question. Who owns ground that didn't exist when the maps were drawn? Residents have watched properties grow, argued over boundaries, even built on ground that was tidewater a generation ago. And Alaska is a preview. As Greenland and Antarctica lose ice today, they're starting new rebound stories that will run for thousands of years. Because the Earth never forgets ice. Which brings us to the biggest question. When does this end? Number 7, not anytime soon. The rebound will continue for at least another 10,000 years. The mantle flows like extremely thick syrup, responding over millennia. The continent is still catching up to a meltdown older than the pyramids. Scientists estimate the land around Hudson Bay still has as much as 100 meters of rising left to do. And Hudson Bay is shallow. As its floor lifts, the bay will shrink dramatically. Future maps of Canada will look different. The Great Lakes will keep tilting, slowly shifting their water, and over millennia, possibly changing how they drain. the East Coast will keep sinking for centuries. Every serious flood plan from New York to Virginia must account for the ghost of the forebulge. Across the ocean, some projections suggest the northern Baltic Sea could eventually become a lake, as Sweden and Finland rise toward each other. On geologic timescales, coastlines are temporary. Sea and land are still renegotiating a deal the ice broke 20,000 years ago. The Ice Age isn't a closed chapter. It's an event the planet is still responding to, all around us, every day. The glaciers are gone, the mammoths are gone, but the continent remembers and will keep remembering for 10,000 years. So next time you stand on ground that feels perfectly still, remember what's happening beneath you. The continent is breathing out after holding a 2-mile wall of ice on its chest for 50,000 years. Canada rising, the lakes tilting, the coast sinking, gravity shifting, all because of ice no living creature has ever seen. If this changed how you see the ground under your feet, hit like and subscribe. This planet has many more secrets in motion. And tell us in the comments, where you live, is the land rising or sinking? We've explored the dent in Earth's magnetic field and what happens when the poles flip. This channel is about the invisible forces reshaping our world. The ground is moving. The story continues, and you're standing on it. See you in the next one.